Good evening and welcome to National Broadcasting News India, tonight's news update. Here are the top stories. Netanyahu says Israel will control all of Gaza after latest offensive. The entire Gaza Strip will be under the Israeli military's control at the end of its latest offensive, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says in his first news conference since December, setting out maximalist conditions for ending the devastating war on the besieged Palestinian enclave. Hundreds of Palestinians have been killed in relentless Israeli bombardments across Gaza in recent days, at least 82 since dawn Wednesday, as starvation takes hold and only a small amount of aid trucks is allowed in with the blockade in effect in place. Netanyahu also said on Wednesday that if there is an opportunity for a temporary ceasefire and hostage exchange deal, Israel will be open to it. The Israeli leader laid out the following conditions for ending the war: the release of all captives, the disarmament of Hamas, the exile of his leadership, and the possibility of carrying on a plan outlined by United States President Donald Trump in February that would expel Palestinians from Gaza. Trump has said the US should run Gaza and transform the territory into the Riviera of the Middle East. This is the first time Trump's plan has been mentioned by Netanyahu as one of the conditions to halt fighting. Multiple nations and rights groups have called the plan ethnic cleansing. Two Israeli embassy staff killed by man chanting "Free Palestine." Police. Two Israeli embassy staff were shot dead outside a Jewish museum in downtown Washington, D.C. by a man who police say shouted "Free, Free Palestine" after the attack. The victims, a young couple, were shot while leaving an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum, D.C., police said, adding that the incident appears targeted. The shooting happened at the local time 1:05 in an area with numerous tourist sites, museums, and government buildings, including the FBI's Washington field office. After the suspect, who has been detained by authorities, opened fire, he walked inside the museum and was stopped by security, Metropolitan Police Department Chief Pamela Smith said. Aishwarya Rai shines at Cannes in Desi royalty. Aishwarya Rai walked her 22nd Cannes red carpet as a global ambassador for L'Oreal Paris, standing in a sari with sindoor. She first appeared at Cannes in 2002 for the premiere of Devdas. Indian cinema made waves this year with Neeraj Gaikwat's Homebound selected in the Uncertain Regard category. Starring Ishan Khattar, Vishal Jetwa, and Janhvi Kapoor, the film received a 9-minute standing ovation at its premiere. Satyajit Roy's Aranya Din Ratri was showcased in the Cannes Classic section, introduced by filmmaker Wes Anderson. Restored with the Film Heritage Foundation's efforts, the screening featured cast members Sharmila Tagore and Simi Garwal and earned another standing ovation. Bengaluru techie dies by suicide amid alleged work pressure. A 24-year-old techie Nikhil Somwanshi from Maharashtra allegedly died by suicide in Bengaluru due to work pressure. Working as a critical machine learning engineer at Ola's AI wing, Nikhil reportedly jumped into Agra Lake in HSR layout. Before the incident, he sent an audio message asking friends to inform his family he died in an accident. Friends alerted the police, but his body was recovered Thursday morning. Nikhil had reportedly been handling the workload of 3 people after colleagues resigned. Allegations of verbal abuse and harassment by US-based manager Raj Kiran have surfaced online, sparking outrage on Reddit. While Ola claims no knowledge of the incident, protests by IT professionals demand better work conditions and accountability. Kerala Health Minister warns of COVID-19 subvariant spread. Kerala Health Minister Veena George has urged vigilance as new Omicron subvariants JN.1, LF.7 and NB.18 with high transmission rates spread globally. Though their severity remains low, she emphasized the importance of maintaining personal immunity and adhering to preventive measures. As of May, Kerala has reported 240 COVID-19 cases. Kottayam district recorded the highest number with 57 cases, followed by Ernakulam with 34 cases and Thiruvananthapuram with 30 cases. The health department has directed symptomatic individuals to undergo COVID-19 testing and has ensured the availability of RT-PCR kits and protective equipment across the state. Child drowned by mother also ended prolonged abuse by paternal uncle. A shocking case of child abuse has come to light in Alua following the death of a 3.5-year-old girl who was allegedly thrown into a river by her mother. Postmortem reports revealed the child suffered severe injuries and bleeding in her private parts consistent with sexual assault and unnatural acts. The abuse reportedly occurred the day before her death. Police investigations confirmed the child was reportedly sexually abused for over a year by a close relative from her father's side. Initially denying the allegations, the relative confessed under sustained questioning and has been charged under the POCSO Act. Scientific evidence has been sent to forensic analysis. While the child's death was due to a drowning, the postmortem findings led to further police questioning of the family. The mother, who initially claimed the child went missing, later confessed to throwing her into the river. She is currently in police custody and the investigation continues. IPL update: GT versus LSG. Gujarat Titans face Lucknow Super Giants today at the Narendra Modi Stadium, Ahmedabad at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. That's all for tonight. Thank you for watching. We will be back with more news tomorrow. Goodbye.